Hello, my name is Chloe, welcome to my channel and welcome to weekly reading vlog number 192. So, things are happening. There is only now one more vlog until I go away and see Cole, which is amazing. Just getting so excited. I get to start packing soon. Oh, it's gonna be amazing. This week is also the week I'm throwing a surprise birthday party for my parents. My dad turned 50 in May and my mom is turning 50 in July. So start of June, we're doing a joint birthday party. It's a complete surprise. When they were 30, they had a joint Greece themed birthday party. So we are replicating it as their 50th party. They have absolutely no idea. I think that's happening on Saturday. So I have some things going on this week. Also, adding to that complication, I've decided to try and read 30 books in 30 days in June. So let me talk you through that. Because I've got the party, I want to put some easy reads on my list. I don't feel like that's a bad thing. I've just got stuff going on. I'm fully aware that it's going to be difficult, but I really want to complete this challenge. And at the end of the day, my physical TBR is 470 something books at this point. So if I want to pick out some easy ones to read over a week, I think I'm going to let myself off. So the first one I need to read is Survive the Night by Riley Sager. This is the Chloe's Crime Scene Corner buddy read, so I'm supposed to read a chunk of this for the first 6 days of the week. I feel like I'm actually going to finish it in the first couple of days and just leave my thoughts in the Discord for people to join in with, because I'm sure this will be really quick. I want to read the first chunk of this tomorrow. I should say it's Sunday night right now, but I'm getting ready for the vlog. So yeah, I want to read the first chunk tomorrow being Monday, and then finish it off on Tuesday because I'm doing Patreon sprints and I feel like that'd be a good place to read this. I'm also reading a very difficult book, which is Midnight in Chernobyl by Adam Higginbotham. This one I'm reading as like a tandem read, so physically and audibly, and it needs a lot of my concentration, so I feel like this is my difficult book for the week. So we've got easy thriller, difficult non-fiction, and then one that keeps floating about on my TBR. It's never officially on my TBR, but it's one that I want to read, is Rainbow Grey by Laura Ellen Anderson. So this is a middle grade, very big writing on the pages, and I feel like this is going to be a quick but enjoyable read. So one that I can get off my physical TBR but also enjoy it, hopefully. But yeah, so that one is kicking around. So that is 3 of 7 for the week. I don't know how I'm going to read 7 books. This is mainly for when I go away, that I want to try and complete 30 books. It's been a long time since I've read even 20 books in a month, so let's just make a ridiculous TBR and see what happens. I've only then got 2 more books for my TBR this month, and I'm not that bothered. Is that right? Yeah, it is. I've only got 2 more books for my TBR this month. Both of them I don't want to read this week. So we have 3. I'm going to get number 4 as a random choice, and then I'm going to pick some short reads off my shelves. So number 4 is, are we ready? If this goes well, I can choose another one. Oh, it's not focusing for you, but this is actually a reread. So I've brought both books down because that was They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera, and I put this back in there because I remember loving this. This was one of the first books I ever read while I was on BookTube, so it would have come out 2017, so I was a little bit late. But yeah, I absolutely loved this with my whole heart, and I read it via audio, so I've never gone back and read it again. There is like sticker residue in this on everything, and I didn't care back then. So the reason I put this in the jar is because I also have The First to Die at the End, and I really want to read this. This is the signed like special edition with the sprayed edges and everything. But yeah, I just haven't really wanted to come back and read this. So has that just answered my question? Do I try and read both? No, I'm gonna not read this in the hope that reading this makes me want to do it the week after. I'm not gonna put the pressure on myself to read like a 500-page book when I'm picking short reads. So we'll put this off. So that's 4. Do you know what? I'm gonna pick one more because that was quite a good one out of the jar. So we'll pick one more from the jar. And then I think I know what are the 2 books I'm gonna pick to round this off. Let's see. I can put this back in if it gets really scary. Okay, I cannot read that. Can you read that? I can read it now, but it won't focus. Can you see it? This is also a good one. Okay, this is one of the shortest books on my shelves. This is The Butcher and the Wren by Elena Urquhart, who is one of the hosts of Morbid, the podcast. I bought this, I was obsessed with the 2 that do Morbid. I don't actually listen to it anymore. There's just some of the stuff they were talking about wasn't very interesting to me anymore, but this is only 242 pages long. Okay, I feel like this is a sign, and that the TBR jar is meant for today. Okay, I've decided to stop pushing my luck with the jar. So we have 5. Number 6 is going to be One of Us Is Next by Karen M. McManus. My audiobook hold from the library did actually come in for this one. This is the sequel to One of Us Is Lying. All of my books, apart from One of Us Is Lying, have been brand new for this author. I can't speak anymore. So this is just like, oh, it's fantastic, and the blue. So yeah, we've got a follow-up to One of Us Is Lying, which I have on audio, so hopefully I can speed through this one. And then to round it out nicely as 7, I'm gonna go for True Crime by Samantha Kolesnik. This is very short. It is 143 pages. It's a horror, and I feel like that's gonna be an easy one to add to the stack. So here's my stack for the week. It's upside down, but there's my stack for the week. I feel like it's possible. Like, looking at this now doesn't look terrifying, apart from the fact I'm throwing a birthday party, which is going to take a whole day and probably recuperating on the Sunday. I'm going to try my damn best, guys. My damn best. Okay, so it is Monday. I have finished work. Why does it not focus on me anymore? Yeah, I finished work and I'm actually having a bit of a changed up day because I'm going to go to the library and I'm going to film a come to the library with me video. I've got a bingo board that me and my patrons have created. I will pop that on the screen now, so if you think this sounds like an interesting challenge, then make sure you check out that video. It won't be too far away, actually. It goes up while I'm away, so within the next 3.5 weeks. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna take a break from my normal content and do that tonight. Reading. I have read 65 pages of this throughout the workday and it's so incredibly weird. So I don't know what I expected from this book, but it is very, very odd. It's basically like kind of similar to the Tilly Cole book I've just read, but without the smut. It's just murder of people who've been abusive to children, really. I don't know whether the next people being murdered were also abusive to children, but that's kind of the story. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this tonight, definitely. I need to read the pages of Survive the Night, and I'm gonna go and do this library challenge. So it is now about 6:30. I have a little beer because we bought some bottles yesterday. It's like 3%, but it's this lemon Spanish beer. It's so nice. So a bit of admin to do on the library stuff before I can like actually leave the house and film it, but that is what I'm gonna do next in my day. And yeah, quite excited for the content, actually. This is not an angle I thought I'd be vlogging at, but hey ho. My clothes washing is just in the way. That's not even better. We'll settle here. I just finished True Crime by Samantha Kolesnik, and I'm gonna give it 3 stars. This is a very, very dark novella. This takes a lot to continue on with it. It's very, like, the reason why the murders are happening is very dark and horrific. The murders are very gruesome. There is also death of animals in this, which I know a lot of people don't want to read. Very dark, very horrible, but like, I didn't hate it. So 3 stars. I have a lot to read. I've started a library project as well, and I go away in 17 days. I have also re-downloaded TikTok, which could be a mistake. I've gone like 9 months without it, but Cole keeps sending me TikToks and you can't watch them on Safari anymore. You have to have the app. Don't know why. So I downloaded TikTok again. I made a TikTok in like 60 seconds. It's already got 500 views. So I kind of see the appeal of TikTok. But yeah, things have been going on. I need to read Survive the Night by Riley Sager, but like, wanting to read is just so not happening right now. I've got hooked on Love After Lockup. I'm really enjoying watching that. I've watched 2 episodes, so it's like 2 hours, and I just love it. I think it's fascinating. So yeah, I'm gonna have a bit of tidy up in here, I think. Maybe watch another episode of Love After Lockup and start Survive the Night. We'll see. I did not think I'd be updating you again, like straight away. It is Tuesday night, it's nearly 11 PM. And I just finished Survive the Night by Riley Sager. I read this whole thing this evening and I'm not mad about it at all. I have given this 3 stars. Not my favourite Riley Sager by any means, for a few reasons. I've tried to list some upsides and some downsides to this. Upsides, very quick and easy to read. I read it in 1 sitting and I kind of liked the actual story. So we are following a young woman called Charlie who's at university and her best friend is murdered by a serial killer. She wants to go and leave the university because she's like, I don't know how I can move on from this murder. I feel like it's my fault. So we're in 1991, a little bit older, so there's not like mobiles and Ubers and not everyone has a car and you can't just get a taxi. So she goes to this like ride share notice board and meets a guy there who says he will drive her home because he's going in the same direction. She is then very quickly convinced that he is the serial killer. So I actually did kind of like the story. Downsides, I've just closed my review. I had 3, I'd summarised it. Very predictable. So I worked out the main gist of what was happening before she got in the car. I don't want to give anything too much away, but yeah, very predictable. I wouldn't reread it because I worked out the story while I was already reading it and not knowing the answer. So if I tried to reread this now, there's no way I wouldn't pick up on everything and guess what's happening. And then also there was quite a lot of mental health of the main character being used as a plot device, and I don't always love that. Very much like was it all a dream moments, and that really bothered me. I was like, ugh, can we just tell the story properly rather than relying on things like that? I don't know. I feel like if you used it was all a dream past the age of 10, it wasn't great storytelling, so I don't love that. I would say if you like this book, you should definitely read No Exit by Taylor Adams, because I feel like that's a very similar vibe of story and potentially better, but I can see where that one is actually really good. I think I rated that like 3.5, 4 stars, because I didn't absolutely love it, but it was pretty good. So another one read, that is 4 books read in 4 days. It is the 4th of June. I'm crazy, I'm clearly crazy. I mean, the other 2 have been kind of short, but this is the first like full length 320 page book that I have read on my challenge. So tomorrow's priority is to focus on One of Us Is Next. I'm gonna listen to the audiobook while I work. I am working from home tomorrow, so we're gonna audiobook it. I have watched like 10 hours of Love After Lockup today, so I really need to not do that tomorrow and go for the audiobook instead. So that's the plan. And then when I finish work, I really just want to sit down with Midnight in Chernobyl and get some of this listened to. So my plans for tomorrow, let's see how it goes. So I vowed to myself that I'm going to update the vlog every day this week. I'm drunk. It's Wednesday. It is a Wednesday night at 9 p.m. I've just got back from the pub. My necklace is backwards. Like, I am not okay. This content is probably even worse than it looks right now on the viewfinder thing. I've been reading One of Us Is Next. I've got like 70 pages to go. I'm drunk on a Wednesday. I am drunk on a Wednesday. Hello. I apologise for that last clip. I shouldn't get drunk on a Wednesday, should I? Really shouldn't. It was fun at the time, okay? But today, it's Thursday, I've come home from work, I've had some dinner, I am like fully back in the land of cooperating. I finished One of Us Is Next while I was at work, and I gave this 3.5 stars. This is a perfectly good YA mystery. We're following the same kind of system as in the first book, where there's a truth or dare game and people's secrets get exposed. I did think it wasn't quite as exciting overall as One of Us Is Lying, but the mystery was better. So they've ended up with the same rating from me, both 3.5 stars. And I'm actually, in the job that I'm leaving, I work with a woman who has a 13-year-old daughter. I'm gonna pass these on to her. I feel like she'd really like them. She's very into like, she's into dark stuff. She does like something with a little bit of murder, and I was like, murder with a sprinkling of like teenage romance. I feel like these are quite good for her age group. I'm letting her mom make the final decision, but I think I'm going to unhaul both of these to her. And it also explains why I can never say in Throne of Glass live shows Selena for Selena Sardothian. I say Selenia because that is what my friend's daughter's called. So these are going to Selenia. Midnight in Chernobyl, my audiobook ran out, like the hold. I tried to renew it and someone else had requested it, so I couldn't renew my loan. So I'm gonna have to try and read it physically, which is fine because I really wasn't getting on with the audiobook. Like, it just was so monotone and But I do need to read another book today. Of my original selection, we have these 3 left. I'm going to sit with Midnight in Chernobyl for a little while, like kind of read a little, maybe even if I can read like 20-30 pages of it. I don't think it's now going to get finished this week, but that is okay. And then I don't know whether to just go for something I know I can finish, like Rainbow Grey, because there's not really going to be too much effort involved. Oh, Cole's on his lunch break. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this one today. I don't know, now that it's getting close to reading this, I'm like, I don't really want to read it anymore, but I'm not gonna unhaul it without reading it. No way. I've had this for such a long time and it just looks adorable. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna do it. It is 10:15, I think. Yeah, 10:15. I got to page 46 of Midnight in Chernobyl, so I literally read 2 chapters. Put it down, wanted something easier, read the whole of Rainbow Grey by Laura Ellen Anderson. This was incredibly cute. This was adorable. If you've got, like, the main character's 10, so I'm thinking like 10-year-olds. I don't know too much about middle grade and like children's books, but I would have loved this. Like, genuinely loved this. Even the pictures are gorgeous. And we got the visit from Gusty Gav, obviously, which I then posted on Instagram and Gavin reshared it. And I was like, it's Gusty Gav. I'm sure it was page 50 something. It's page 41. Gusty Gav. But yeah, I had a fun time with this. This was really cute. I haven't given it a numbered rating because I feel like I can't. When I go back and read YA, I feel a bit more entitled to give a rating. But middle grade, I really struggle to put a number on it because this is probably a 5-star middle grade book. But did I get 5-star enjoyment out of it? No. So I wouldn't give it 5, and then that brings the rating down, but I did really like it and I think it's really good. Does that make any sense? Right, it's bedtime. I'm gonna watch more Love After Lockup. I might watch one episode. And then tomorrow's plan is to read as much of this as physically possible. We'll see if I can do it. It is like 8:30 on Saturday, and I just realised I've started doing something far too early. Party planning, not planning, party having. Party making, party hosting is afoot because I've already put the first batch of sausage rolls in the oven. So much to do today, and I now realise, I was like, oh yeah, but the next food will be here from 8:30, but the delivery slot I got was 8:30 to 9:30. So I've now turned the oven on to turn it on again later. But oh well, I'm doing the first batch of sausage rolls. Between doing things, I might pick up Midnight in Chernobyl, but reading is kind of off the cards for the day. Today is about having a really good party for my mum and dad, so fingers crossed. Hello. It is now Monday morning, so I think I've got about 6 clips for this vlog, but we're fine. I ended up not giving up on the challenge because we're now on, what, day 11 this morning, and I've read 6 books. So I'm like a week behind. No, it's not. Is it the 10th? I think it's the 10th. I'm basically a week's worth of reading behind, but I just took at least, I don't know if I did any reading Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I took off. Like, I just was so excited about trying to do this challenge, and then thought, actually I've got other stuff on. I had my parents' surprise 50th birthday party on Saturday night, so that took up, literally I started getting ready at 8:30 in the morning for that party, and I got back here at 12:30 at night. And then yesterday I slept in a little bit and then went out and hung out with my parents all day. My dad rode a motocross bike for the first time in years, and he used to do it, and it was like, no, you're not doing this anymore because you're gonna hurt yourself. So he rode for the first time in, like, I don't actually know how long because he's probably done it and kept it a secret. So I watched my dad ride around and then went back to my parents' house, watched some TV, we all had a nap. And then we watched Under Paris on Netflix. It was supposed to be the next best shark movie since Jaws. It wasn't, but we all watched that together. And yeah, I came home, watched some Love After Lockup and went to bed. So I just had a really fun, like, family oriented weekend. I think next weekend is going to be a little bit different because my parents want to go away on Sunday, Monday, and I've got my dad's birthday present booked, which is cage diving with sharks. So he's doing that on Saturday, so I'll hang out with him Saturday, and then I think Sunday I'm going to be home by myself while they go off and gallivant around in the camper. Anyway, that means I need to pick up my reading this week because, well, next week in the vlog, because I really slacked on it this week that we're filming. Midnight in Chernobyl, I'm on page 60. I do like this, and I find it easy to read when I get into it. It's the getting into it that's a struggle. I had to send the audiobook back because my library loan ran out. It said there were 2 people waiting, and now the loan is open again. I'm just going to continue with my eyeballs. I just need to get the motivation. And then I started The Butcher and the Wren, and I got not very far. I reckon it's page 10. Page 11. I do really like it, but I read this in bed last night, and then I was like, I want to watch Love After Lockup instead. So those are the books I've currently got ongoing. Just haven't really made a bit of a dent in either of them, and I've got my work cut out for me next week. All I'm going to do, the plan is audiobooks while I work in the office, well, audiobooks while I work, physical reading anytime I've got time, and I do need to edit a few videos ready for my trip away, which is in 10 days. So you've only got one more vlog to see until I take a little bit of a break, which you won't really notice, but then you'll have all my American content in vlogs, and I'm so excited to be able to bring you that. Right guys, thank you so much for watching this vlog. If you got here, please leave me a clock emoji to be like countdown to America or something. Is that a good idea? I don't have any emoji ideas. A clock and a clock. We're against the time, 30 days, 30 books in 30 days, and we're counting down to America. So a clock emoji will be great. I need to pull myself together this morning. Right, thanks guys for being here. I appreciate you a hell of a lot. And I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.